Hey guys, it's Mr.melawn, and many of you guys probably didn't know that I'm a wrestler, but like, this guy right here knows, and oh god, I took off the sweater because it's really hot, but wrestling made my living hell nightmare at my school a lot easier because it gave me a place, like, after school to be, like, around and feel more comfortable. But I'm not going to go on about that story because I will bore you to death. But today, I want to be talking about 5 extremely embarrassing events that happened to me while wrestling last year. This happened on the first week of mat training, which is a lot different than preseason fitness because during mat training, you can actually use the mats. So one of the first things that my coach wanted us to do is work on our back strength because being able to throw people and do fireman carries are very helpful when wrestling. So we did this exercise where we are back to back. Let's say my palms are backs, and the person here leans forward, and then the person here goes on their back, and then it goes this way too. This was great, but since I am the loser in that group, I didn't have anyone to work with. So the coach was like, I trust you, let's work together. Big mistake. Okay, so we're doing this. I do it about 3 times. We're supposed to do it 10. 4th time in, I remember this happening. My back is very flimsy. If you know me, I'm pretty flexible. And I lost control of my flexibility, and I bent all the way down, and my arms went this. This sent my coach flying forward. Luckily, she landed barely on the mat, but everyone saw me throwing my coach over my shoulder, and it was so embarrassing because she trusted me too. She said it out loud, and everyone could hear it, and then there's just me, and I felt so bad. The only thing good that came out of that experience was that from there, the teachers forced other people to work with me, so at least they got people to work with me that weren't the coaches. Okay, so the next embarrassing moment I have, it's not really a moment, it's just a situation that happened to me. I get very anxious, and apparently my blood uses that as an excuse to get really hyper. Because my blood in my body, like, hates me sometimes, like, the slightest bunk, like, if I go bloody nose instantly, every single time for every single match I've done. Like, it decides, it's like, oh my god, there's an opening. It just doesn't, it's so embarrassing. It just happens so often that I started having mental breakdowns before my, what's it called again? My matches started, because I was like, oh my god, if I have a bloody nose again, it's gonna be embarrassing. It was so stressful to me, because every time you get a bloody nose, they had to stop the match, clean up everything. The people, the mat, me, my hand, like, everything got clean. And then they resumed the match if they're okay, and usually I was. And then I would usually end up losing. So, like, they did all that work and I still lost. So it was so humiliating whenever that happened, which was all the time. The next embarrassing moment is not very long, but it's really embarrassing. It occurred when we were practicing, like, just a standard double leg takedown. We were just practicing, and my coach comes up, and he kind of makes me nervous, and I was like, oh god. I wanted to show him the best I could. And, I stepped back. I think I stepped back too far, and then I didn't bend my knees enough. I'm gonna tell you this. I was working with a girl, and I didn't bend my knees enough, and I went straight into her boobs. And it was so embarrassing, because the guys, the coach who was, like, standing beside me, he was like, oh my god, you did not just do that. And luckily, what ended up happening is that we just laughed it off, and we were like, so funny, and inside, I was dying. Okay, so, this story occurred when we were training for one of our tournaments at our home school. So, we usually run laps around this hallway, which has a split in the middle because it has a handy capable ramp going down and also some stairs that go up. Well, you know what I mean. Yeah, it's a hallway. And you usually run down the stairs. Run up the stairs, sorry, and go down the ramp. and we were running to warm up. This place is by the gym doors, and just to keep this in mind, we were just trying to get pumped for the competition. Guess who comes out of one of the gym doors? Guess. One of my crushes. Like, the crush that I was kind of flirting with around. I'll talk about a different story. But a crush that I was flirting around, and I was really excited. And, I love to try to embarrass myself, and I wanted to be sexy. So I kind of tried to do that, like, I don't know, the head wave when you run, and kind of like do this. And then, I guess my head in general is too big, or, oh my god, my head's too heavy, and, it kind of went like this, and then I couldn't keep the balance of my head, and didn't I tell you how there were stairs when we go up? I couldn't keep the balance of my head down, and, gravity decided to pull my head down, and I face planted directly into the stairs in front of my ex, in front of everybody, right before my tournament. That was so painful. And it was right before my tournament, and I was like, I just did that in front of my ex. I want to die. Thank you guys so much for watching, and here's my final story. Oh god, this was a really embarrassing one. I say that about every single one, because they are all horrid. Okay, so this happened during a wrestling tournament. And just to keep, like, you guys, so you understand, wrestling singlets are kind of see-through if they get worn too much, and I was just borrowing one of the singlets at the time, and it was a kind of used one. Which was fully washed, luckily, but I have to wear, like, underwear underneath to make sure that they, like, I don't give them a show. And, during the wrestling match, if you've seen the photo in the thumbnail, oh boy, I'll put it right here. In that second, my underwear ripped during that match. This isn't like the kind of rip where you can go unnoticed and walk around. This was the kind of rip where it's like the whole potato chip bag went like, I think he definitely heard it, and I heard it. I don't think it got on tape, but oh my god, I felt hanging low there, and it was so embarrassing. I had to keep my legs shut, and thankfully, like, it didn't get shown on video, but I think the guy also was like, okay, I gotta end this quickly, otherwise, yeah. It was so horrid. And I'm just, like, picturing myself right now doing, like, in that, and I just remember the panic, and I'm like, I gotta get off this mat now. Because, oh my god. No. This is why I love wrestling so much, because it humiliates you in the best way possible. But I do gotta say, wrestling is so much fun. If next time, sometime in general, I'll talk about some amazing things wrestling have done for me. I don't know if I said that correctly, but I don't care. Yeah. Anyways, even if you aren't watching this right now, I love all of you, because even jerks have hearts. Love you.